topics and opinions expressed in the following show are solely those of the host and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Hello, W4CY listeners. My name is Nitzan Mosri, and I am the Traveling Investor. This is where you're going to learn how to master your mind, body, and wallet. I'm an entrepreneur, coach, and investor, and I've spent my life studying and following the habits and mindsets of highly successful people. With that knowledge, I've created a lifestyle business where I live life on my own terms. I'm on a mission to share my knowledge to help you live life on your terms. I'm Nitzan Mosri, the Traveling Investor, and thank you for joining me as we dive into real, raw, authentic, and inspiring conversations with people from around the globe who are making an impact. What's happening, travelers? Nitzan Mosri here, the Traveling Investor. Welcome to another Traveling Investor radio show. And I'm here with my boy, Tom Zames, philosopher extraordinaire. What's happening, Tom?
It's good to be back.
It is. It's good to be back.
It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while.
Yes. It's been a while, man. And I'm really excited to be here. You know, I want to get into it real quick, because we've got an incredible guest today. He's my health coach right now. Okay. He's a guy that I found on TikTok. And, this TikTok thing is amazing. You can learn a lot from TikTok. You can, you meet some incredible people. So I met this guy, and his name is Clark Bartram. Okay. I'm just going to read real quickly who he is, and then we're going to go into commercial, and then we're going to bring him on. So Clark is known as America's most trusted fitness professional. Does that work?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's dedicated to helping men and women become their best selves physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And I've been with him now going on 3 weeks, and I'll tell you, the motivation, the passion, and the physique that this guy has. Rebel, can we throw a picture up of him on the? There he is.
Boom!
Look at him. That guy is 57 years old.
I'm impressed.
57 years old, man.
Jealous.
He's a U.S. Marine, and as a U.S. Marine, he was always taught to always be ready. And Clark has appeared on the cover of more than 130 fitness publications over a career that spans more than 3 decades. Since his early 20s, he's been doing this. And proof is in the pudding, man. Look at that guy's body.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And when you hear him talk and you look at his eyes, you feel the passion, you feel the excitement, you feel everything. Clark's inspired millions of people around the world through 2 successful television shows, segments on Home Shopping Network, QVC, numerous movie roles, and he's got 5 best-selling books. You too can be a fitness model, spiritually fit, a fitness program you can have faith in. Where your mind goes, you go. Where your mind goes, you go, Volume 2, and Magical Mornings. Clark also works with people one-on-one through his CBX Mindset coaching system, which is what, we talk a lot about. And there's his 5 pillars right there. We're going to talk more about that with Clark. And as an elite master trainer, he's certified by the ISSA. And thanks to an unwavering dedication to living a fitness lifestyle, along with his service work with Prison Fellowship, Operation Starting Line, the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, the Special Olympics, other organizations, Clark was honored by the National Fitness Hall of Fame in 2018. This guy is no joke, man. No joke. And, this is what we do here at the Traveling Investor Show. We bring you quality people so that you can focus on every aspect of your life. Currently, Clark is growing a free online community, which I'm involved in, to help men over 50 live in their healthiest body. Now, he's got people as young as 20, but the majority of people are between their 40s and 50s, but he's got people at all ages.
Yeah.
All ages.
Different strategy.
And it's phenomenal because we're all there to support each other. There's people that are working out, there's people that are just starting, people that are big overweight, a little bit overweight. It doesn't matter. And, he started out about 3 weeks ago, and now he's got like 3,500 guys in the group, and he's just rocking and rolling. Right now, he lives in San Diego, California, and he's married to his wife, Anita, and they have 2 adult children, Taylor and Mitch. And Rebel, if you can put that picture back up, I just want people to really, before we go to a commercial break, I want people to look at that guy. Look at him. That is a body of a 57-year-old.
That's a specimen.
That is a specimen. We should all strive to look like that. If I could be half of that, a quarter of that, where would I be? Where would you be right now if this is where we were? Right? If this is where you were, a quarter of what that guy does. Look at him. That physique, the energy, the light that comes out of him, right? And the fact that he's got this group where it's free.
Yeah.
It's free. You don't have to pay anything. And he gives up his time. He does live videos on Facebook. He does TikToks. He does all that jazz. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to listen to some of our sponsors. And when we come back, we're going to bring Clark, and we're just going to run right into it, man. We're going to talk about his 5 pillars of the mindset and physique and health and fitness and all that. And we're going to talk about what it took for him mentally to be able to, to sit there and, did he ever fall off the wagon? How does he get back on, or, all that jazz, right? Yeah. So we're going to come back. And when we do, we're going to talk to Clark. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Traveling Investor on W4CY Radio. Please take a moment to listen to the sponsors who have a secret message just for you. Don't leave. The best is yet to come. The Traveling Investor will be right back.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Behind everything you're searching for is something you're actually looking for. When you search with the Real Yellow Pages, you get more than a contractor. You get a whole new curb appeal. It's not just getting directions to a dry cleaner with YP.com. It's rescuing an old favorite from the back of the closet. And it's more than finding a locksmith with YP.com on your mobile. It's getting to sleep in your own bed. Whatever it might be, there are more ways to search and more ways to find exactly what you're looking for with the Real Yellow Pages, YP.com, and YP.com on your mobile, only from AT&T.
Fiesta Pet Deli, South Florida's original and only fresh food deli for pets. We carry a full line of products like Bravo, Nature's Variety, and BioComplete. We have FDA-approved meals that are prepared daily. Stop by our brand new store located at Sample Road and the Turnpike in the Festival Flea Market in Pompano, Florida, or call 954-971-2500. Check us out online at www.realfoodforpets.com. If your pet's overweight, suffers from skin problems, or you suspect food allergies, we have the solution. We also carry a large variety of pet strollers, bedding, apparel, collars, leashes, natural chews, and grooming supplies. Veterinarian owned and operated, Fiesta Pet Deli's mission is to help every pet owner have the healthiest pet they possibly can. Call us today for local deliveries or shipping throughout the United States. Call Fiesta Pet Deli today at 954-971-2500. That's 954-971-2500.
Hey, this is Rebel Medler. Join me for In Your Face on W4CY.com, Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
You are now tuned into W4CY Radio, entertainment at your fingertips.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Attention listeners, we are preparing once again for takeoff, so please return to your seats as W4CY Radio welcomes back your real estate guru, the Traveling Investor, Nitsan Mosery.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. Nitsan Mosery here, the Traveling Investor with Tom Philosopher Extraordinaire. And we have in our studio live, coming at you from San Diego, we have the man himself, Clark Bartram. What's happening, Clark?
Brother, you keep me sitting here all this time waiting, man. My skin is crawling. I'm so fired up. Let's go.
Let's do it, brother. Dude.
I love it. What's going on, brother? Good to meet you.
So Tom wants to be a fitness model. I'll send you the book for free. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll read it. Believe me.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, dude. So, first of all, I want to thank you for everything that you're doing for us in the group. And it's phenomenal. So, you know what? Why don't we just start talking about that group? And I found you on TikTok. And I started with that group. So let's just talk quickly about that group. And then I want to go into your history, how you got started, where, how you became who you are, the mindset that it took. Because, on our show, we talk about, the tagline is how to master your mind, body, and wallet, right? We get that holistic feel. And you're the guy that, you're the epitome of how does someone, goes and takes that mindset and transforms it and has that physique and does all that because, you know, I know as well as Tom and all these other people that are listening to us today, you know, it's difficult. It's hard to maintain that level of energy and what you need to do. So, you know, let's talk about that group real quick, you know, that you've got going on.
Yeah. So it's odd, right, that you found me on TikTok of all places, this app that is full of girls dancing and people popping zits. You know, it was really strange that I connected on TikTok with so many men who it was the right time at the right place for the right reason. This whole COVID thing got people looking around bored. And whatever people were looking at, suddenly I popped up saying, hey, I got this free group. I want to coach you for free. And I'm not sure how many times you saw me, Nitsan, before you actually believed what I was saying was true, before you had entered into the group. And you said it in the intro that it started very humbly. I mean, I had 20 or 30 guys and I had this dream, like someday I'm going to build the biggest online community for men to support them and do it. And it's happening, right? We watched this group go from 80 to we're hitting 4,000 this week. It will be 10,000 by March, all of it for free. And I want to do it because I believe men need the support. Men need to be able to be men, be vulnerable, be real, be supported, and just be honest with each other and ourselves about where we're at in life today. And if we accept that right now and then we start moving forward from that place, then true healing can happen. And that's really what you're witnessing in the group. I mean, you know, you could tell me probably better than I can because you're seeing it from a different perspective than I am. You know?
Oh, absolutely. You know, it's phenomenal. You know, just like you said, it's a bunch of guys being guys. And, you know, we're not vulgar. We're not talking about tits and ass. And we're not doing, you know, it's not that kind of guy thing.
No.
But it's like, it's just like you said, it's guys being vulnerable with each other, right? Being able to, you know, for lack of a better term, let our hair down.
Yeah.
Right?
My girlfriend taught me and stuff like that.
You know, there's a lot of guys out there like, you know, I've tried this for so many months and so many years. I'm having a hard time, you know, hey, here I am. And it's, you know, and I'll tell you, I saw you once and then I saw you without your shirt on. And I'm like, dude, that's the guy, you know, because when I was younger, one of my mentors told me, he goes, find somebody who has what you want, do what they do and you'll get what they got. So when I saw you at 57 looking like this, and I just turned 50 this year, and, you know, I've been doing CrossFit for the last 3 years. You know, my stamina has gotten better, my health has gotten better, but I haven't really seen the results that I wanted. And here comes along a guy who's 7 years older than me, who's blowing my mind, right? And then I hear you talking on TikTok and the energy, and then I saw you live on Facebook, and you know, just that focus that you have is phenomenal. So, you know, travelers, you know, you're out there. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. And we got people from all over the globe, from the Middle East, from Asia, from Africa, from Australia. You got people from all over that are connecting with you. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I always search for the word to describe what's happening. And the one word that I continue to come back to is magical. It's truly magical because the realization that I'm having every day as I witness the growth that we're having is it literally has nothing to do with me. I am certainly a vessel that is funneling this information through to people, but I don't ever want anyone to think it's about me. I don't ever want anyone to think that I'm trying to like create some kind of dynasty where I'm going to benefit in a great way from it. The way I benefit, honestly, is fulfilling my calling and my purpose in life. I know for sure that I am right now doing exactly what I was meant to do. I am so laser focused. I am so in tune with my purpose and my calling and my passion that there's not a person on planet Earth that could tell me anything different. And you saw vulnerability if you were on my live on Sunday where I was crying about the kid that I gave the magazine to. I mean, if a grown man crying because he gave a little kid a magazine and signed it to him, and just bawling because I'm so overwhelmed by the position that I'm in life and I'm so grateful for it. If that's not vulnerable, I don't know what is. And that's not leading by example. I don't know what is. So absolutely. I give them the freedom to really step into an area of their life that may have held them back from being truly expressive of who they are inside, because we all got to be men, right? We all got to be strong. You can't cry. All this crap. And we're breaking the mold. And, you're right. We don't talk about tits and ass, but we talk about real things that could involve that if that's an issue that men have in life. And I breached that gap this morning with, some honest talk when I get on the treadmill. And we're not even talking about the Zoom calls that I do that bring some amazing people on. I mean, this thing needs some people don't understand. Tom's sitting there like, what the hell's going on? This guy's,
No, I can feel the energy right here. Believe me, I'm getting swept up.
Yeah, it's real, brother. I'm telling you, it's so real that I sit here as just a regular little guy on the planet. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed by something that I've wanted to do my entire life. Now it's happening and I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh shit. Oh my God, let's go. And let me tell you something, brother Nitsan. I'm so grateful for you and the men in the group like you who have really grabbed this thing and ran with it. Because you are a leader in the group. You are exactly what I talk about in the group. Like, I don't want it to be about me. I want men to step into leadership roles and start seeing other guys that come in that are timid, shy, embarrassed, a little reserved. And you say, listen, trust the process. Do what this guy says. Follow the lead. Get in our small group and magical things will happen. And so I appreciate that, man. And all the other guys that are doing it.
Awesome, man. Thank you. We have a question from one of our listeners right now. They're asking if this is only for men. Do you have a group for women? How do you incorporate women into this? Right now, you're just focusing on men because this is kind of where you're at. Am I right?
Yeah, that's a great question. The way women are incorporated in this is by getting a better husband. So if your husband is involved in this and he comes back a better man, then you're welcome. So let me give you an example. Yesterday, I could play it for you right now. My wife sent me an audio. She went to the beach. She goes there to get her mind together, meditate, takes our French bulldog, and does her thing. I get this audio message, and I listen to it. She said, honey, I want to thank you because I recognize the work you're doing. I see the improvements that you're working so hard to make. I see also what you're doing in business, and I appreciate how hard you work. So I am also a better version of myself because I'm asking men to do that. And if I don't step up, so let me give another answer to that question. Eventually, when my wife starts to feel confident in her calling and purpose being, a part of what I do, she will then be someone who takes a leadership role, and I'll help her, I'll hold her hand, and I'll guide her because I do have a program that has been on the back burner for a while I focus on this, because my problem has always been I try and do everything.
Right.
I said it a minute ago. I'm laser focused right now. So as much as I want to help women, I have to stay focused on what I'm doing in this group.
Right. And I know that you also mentioned when we're doing the Zoom calls or your lives that if the wives or the girlfriends want to listen in, they're more than welcome to listen in, but they have to understand that this is a guy's group, right? Yeah. That not to get offended if we say certain things, if we do whatnot, because this is for men. Like you said earlier, this is for guys to become vulnerable, right? You ask us to take before and after photos, right? And that's vulnerable, right? We don't want, when I go to the beach, I live in South Florida. We live in South Florida. When I go to the beach right now, I leave my shirt on, right? Now you're at, not for long, absolutely. But you're asking us to take photos of ourselves now, and that's vulnerable, right? You're asking us to put ourselves out there. So, all right. So let's talk about, young Clark, right? How does Clark, the young Clark, get into this lifestyle? How did you start on the road to this? Right? Because a lot of people are out there going, that's great for him, right? He's 57, I'm 50, 60, whatever, 40, it's too late for me to get started, right? How did you talk about your movement into this and what your mindset was like and how you transformed that?
So let me first say, you're never too late for this. Anyone can do it at any age. And that's why I always define what I do. As someone asked me, Clark, what do you do? I help men over 50 live in their healthiest body. Boom, that's my answer. I never knew how to answer that question before. Well, I'm a fitness guy. I model, I motivate, I speak, I consult. I never knew what I did. My kids even asked me, Clark or Daddy, what do you do? I don't know. I mean, because they would see all these magazines. They would see me on TV. They would see me in the movies, but they never knew how to tell their friends what I did. So going back, I've been an athlete my whole life, and I love the physical part of life. right? We got one life, man. And I love just running with it and having fun. So because I was a physical guy, I had an opportunity. Well, I saw an opportunity to get out of Canton, Ohio. It's a steel mill town and blue collar workers. And I appreciate the hell out of that. But I didn't feel that that was my calling and purpose in life, even at that age of 17. I knew there was something different for me, not more, but different than working at Republic Steel or Timken Roller Bearing or one of those places. And I appreciate that. But I decided to join the Marine Corps, and I had all the branches of service, and I'm like, who is the baddest asses out there? And I saw a Marine in my cafeteria in dress blues. I'm like, that's it right there. So I joined the Marine Corps at 17 and rose to the top of my platoon and did extremely well. So that is what ignited the flame of being a physical specimen. And I say that very loosely. I don't want anyone to think I'm putting myself up like I'm better and they're worse. But in my mind, this is how I think. Like, I always want to be a step ahead. I always want to be moving faster and more functionally sound. So the Marine Corps is what started me into the business. And then I got into the gym business, and I was a trainer, and I sold memberships, and then I owned gyms, and it started moving. And then that turned into the magazines, and then that turned into movies, and then that turned into attention. And then one day there was a shift in my life where I took all of what I have and what I was given, the genetics, the ability to communicate, the passion, and I stopped using it for all of the wrong things. And I think we all know what I'm talking about. And I shifted it to, now it's time to take this gift and give it back to humanity and encourage men. There's a scripture in the Bible and also in the comic books where it's paraphrased, to whom much is given, much is required. And with much power comes great responsibility. It's the same thing. So we throw around this term influencer today very loosely. We all have influence, some more than others because of numbers on a platform. I want to use my influence. If I have a magazine cover, which you showed, and I thank you for that, if someone's going to look at that, I want to inspire them to realize that they have something in themselves that they can turn on and shift and move in a direction that's different and start making a change instantly, right now. We can have everyone change their state of mind right now in 2 seconds. Easy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It just takes a quick little shift, right?
Should we run through that?
Yeah.
Let's go. Everyone sit up tall. Sit up tall. Put your hand on your heart. Smile. Think of something that makes you happy and take 3 deep breaths. Take your time with it. State changed, guaranteed. Absolutely, 100%, no question. If every single person that's watching now or on a replay does that, 100% state changed. What we do is we start to get embarrassed. Oh, people are watching, my eyes are closed, or my nostrils hanging out, blah, 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 and we start rushing the process. That took more than 2 seconds. I lied. It took about 5.
Right.
So imagine the first principle that are on my shirt here. Nissan, what is the first principle?
It's the mindset.
There you go. So if we shift our mindset first thing in the morning and do that, if that's the only change people make in the morning, they get up and they're sitting there and there's a quote by Rumi, and it says, the morning breeze has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. So if you wake up a little bit earlier and you do that, and you listen to that morning breeze and the secrets that it's telling you, you will now change your state. Here's what we do. Get on Facebook. Check our text messages. Turn on the news. Hear all the BS that's going on in the world. We are in the same damn place we were the day before. Then we hop in our car. We take the same route to work. We go to our office. We get in the cube. We start bitching with the dude next to us. And then the boss walks by. It's the same thing, man. Shift that right now. It's up to you, and you can do it. People are like, oh, easy for you to say. Well, yeah, it is, because you know why? I've been practicing it for a long time. And it wasn't easy at first, but it works.
That's right. Nothing at first comes easy.
I'm going to work out. I'm getting
like you.
Absolutely. I get up in the morning since, I'm always a positive guy. I like to wake up and I do the same things in the morning. But once I started with your group and, just feeding off of your energy and the guys in the group and knowing that, I'm being held accountable by other people and whatnot, it pushes you even more. It pushes you even more, right? And that's one of the awesome things about the group is, you know what? Every day I could either disappear into the wind and no one will ever see me, or I can show up the following day and, what did I do? How was I? Was I better than I was yesterday, right? And it's phenomenal. So listen, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, all right, we're going to talk about what you have on your shirt, your five principles, and I want to go into those 5 principles. Look at that. Stand up and show us. Stand up and show us. Come on. Look at that. That's crazy, man. That's where I want to be. That's where I want to be, right? We're going to talk about how you get that with your 5 principles, all right? So travelers, stay tuned. We'll be right back with Clark Bartram. We'll be right back.
You're listening to The Traveling Investor on W4CY Radio. Please take a moment to listen to the sponsors who have a secret message just for you. Don't leave. The best is yet to come. The Traveling Investor will be right back.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
You know exactly how much sun and water every flower needs in order to bloom. You know when someone's in love based on the bouquet purchased. You know flowers. We can help you find more people to buy them. And by working together, we can get your small business growing. At AT&T Advertising Solutions, we have more ways to reach more people. With print, online, mobile, and direct marketing, AT&T Advertising Solutions has local advertising experts to help your small business find more customers. Call 1-800-GET-REAL to learn more. AT&T, rethink possible.
Won't you fly free, bird, yeah.
Hey, I'm Johnny.
I'm Gary. And I'm Ricky. And you're listening to W4CY because it's the best of radio. And this is Leonard Skinner.
There you go.
Skinner!
You wanted the best? You got the best. Your favorite internet radio station in the land, W4CY Radio. We have all the entertainment you desire, from talk to music to comedy, right here on W4CY.com. Listen to W4CY Radio 24/7 for giveaways, exciting contests, and fun. Informational, motivational, entertaining, interactive. It's W4CY.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Star, the king of cool and your host of the Jimmy Star Show, the entertainment radio show for all you cool and unique people looking to get a behind-the-scenes peek at what's going on in the entertainment industry. Listen in as me and my cool crowd of co-hosts bring you celebrity guests, new music, and the good times in fashion, entertainment, and pop culture. Right, everybody? Right! Tune in live Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern on W4CY.com.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Attention listeners, we are preparing once again for takeoff, so please return to your seats as W4CY Radio welcomes back your real estate guru, the Traveling Investor, Nitsan Mosery.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Nitsan Mosery here, Tom Zames, philosopher extraordinaire, and we are with the man, Clark Bartram, right here. So, Rebel, do me a favor, put up those 5 pillars. So, okay, so we've got the 5 principles of the Nanotest Performance System for Men that Clark Bartram has created. All right, now, Clark, run us through this, right? How did you come up with it? What does it mean? Give us the psychology of it.
So, first and foremost, none of it's mine, right? These are all principles that have been around for centuries. It's just a matter of how I kind of put them together, in my opinion, of how they should be positioned in order to give us success in life, not just in fitness, but in life. People have asked me for years, Clark, what's the most important part of getting in shape? And I used to always say nutrition, but I realized if your mindset isn't right, it doesn't matter what you Google as far as nutrition is concerned, because the truth is we could Google any nutritional program. There's a guru on every street corner willing to sell you their information. And until you get your mindset right that this is something you're going to do, nutrition or any of the things that follow don't really matter as much as when you get your mindset shifted to a place where you're ready to start making changes. So mindset being the first because of those reasons and many more. Meals being the second one, because the old saying is you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. Well, the reality is you can, but I don't want to work that hard. And nobody I know wants to work that hard, and it makes no sense. So meals would be next, because what you're putting into your body, food is the most powerful drug on planet Earth. Yes, I said it's a drug. Why? Because it causes a chemical and a hormonal response in your body. What do drugs do? So the following would be movement. And I say movement, not because it was another M, but because exercise is defined as movement. It doesn't need to be bicep curls and bench presses. It could be dancing. It could be jumping rope. It could be climbing mountains. Really, it's anything outside of the ordinary. So I always give the example of if someone is a UPS driver, because I love mine, and he's up and down my driveway, it's pretty long, and he's carrying boxes. One would think that he is getting exercise. Well, he is. But because the human body is the most adaptive organism on the known universe, his body's used to getting in and out of that UPS van 400 times a day carrying boxes. But the minute he goes to the gym and starts doing something different than what his body's adapted to, it will respond, because that's what the human body does. Then the next one is community. We've talked very candidly about the power of the community that we have created with the Nanotest Performance System for Men. And then finally, the last one is supplementation. We all could benefit, in my opinion, from supplementing our diet, because the reality in the world that we live in, specifically in our Western culture, is that we are oftentimes malnourished, even if we're heavy, even if we're consuming a lot of food, because the food we're consuming is void of any nutritional value, whether it's prepackaged or the soil has been robbed of the nutrients, or whatever reason there is. A lot of humans aren't nourished the way they should be. So supplementation is the last thing. I think people get it in reverse, specifically and especially when someone's trying to sell you a supplement. Right. They won't tell you what I'll say. I actually sell one, and the only thing that makes a supplement good is the lifestyle that supports it, period. Don't buy mine or anybody else's unless you're willing to live the lifestyle that supports it. That starts with mindset, meals, movement, community, and then supplementation. That's it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, go ahead.
I was going to say, how often does movement need to be changed or switched up? When does this homeostasis kick in?
So Jack LaLanne, an old friend of mine, many will remember his name, used to always tell me, Clark, switch up your exercise program every 4 to 6 weeks. Never let any one of your clients go longer than 6 weeks. The human body understands what you're doing. It will figure it out, and it will stop getting results. No more than 6 weeks, Clark. Do you remember that? Yes, sir. And that is something I remember Jack LaLanne teaching me all the time. And the reality is, it's different for everybody. I approach my training and my movement very instinctively. My training partner will ask me, Clark, what are we training today? I'm like, I don't know. It all comes out in the wash. Doesn't matter if we're doing back and biceps or legs, because the reality is I'm going to get back to one of those again. And it all comes together. So I like to change things up personally, constantly. I might ride my bike one day. I might play football one day. I might play like competitive football another day. I might lift weights. I might do the hula hoop. You know, it just changes. And I really encourage people to, you know, our tagline is get busy living. I think what happens when we age is we stop doing all of the things that we did as a kid. We stop having fun. We stop living life. I love running up and down the beach, throwing the football with my son, screaming and yelling. One hand catches like a maniac while people are sitting on their ass eating pizza, watching me going, damn, this dude's, who's he think he is? He's showing off. No, I'm living life by doing different stuff, man.
That's right.
That's the message I'm trying to get across. So I know I kind of swayed away from your question there, but hopefully that answered it. You know, as often as needed. That's my best answer.
Yeah, it's funny because, that's why I got attracted to CrossFit myself personally, because I'm not the kind of guy that goes into the gym and, one day I'll do, bench press and then I'll do leg. I like CrossFit for me personally because every day I'm doing something different, right? Yesterday we did deadlifts and we did, a workout. And then today we did lunges and sprints. And tomorrow we're doing something else. So you're always working a different part of your body. And it's always something, just different. You're not always doing the same thing. Mm-hmm. And, I really enjoy it. So let's talk about how you're 57 years old right now, right?
Yeah.
You got this body of a 22-year-old, right? What are you telling people, right, that are looking at you and going, man, how long will it take for me to get to where you're at? What do I need? Where do I start? Right? There's a lot of people out there going, how do I start this movement? Where? What do we do, right?
Well, the big problem is a lot of people talk about stuff and they never do it. I can't tell you the amount of people that ask me, how do you write a book? I got a book. And I'm like, well, write the damn book. Well, I don't know what to do. You write. You start writing. You take action. People talk about fitness, and here's exactly what people are doing right now. You can probably tell me what I'm going to say. They're waiting for January 1st. Everybody is waiting for January 1st because they think it's some magical freaking day that's going to suddenly change their mindset and everything they did. But if they only reflect back 365 days and realize they did the same thing a year ago and nothing is going to change, you can take action today. So that's the first step. The second thing is I'm very honest. And now, Nitsan, that I'm the type of guy that I'm just telling it like it is. I'm not here to BS anybody. And if I look at someone, I'm like, you're never going to look like me. And you shouldn't want to look like me. That's not your goal. Get off the aesthetics and get on to functionality. We had a guy on our page the other day say, I got off 2 blood pressure medicines, right? I got off of half of what I was taking for diabetes, and they cut my metformin in half. That is what I refer to as a non-scale victory that is worth more than any abdominal muscle anyone could get, period. So I shift them from this aesthetics that our Western culture has drilled into our brains to a functionality and healthy. I help men over 50 live in their healthiest body, not their rippedest body, if that's a word, not their cover model body, their healthiest body. What does that look like for Tom? It looks different than it does for Nitsan or Clark or anybody else that's listening to us right now. And we have to take a step back out of our ego and out of this imagery that we have of, if I could only look like a ripped up guy. Look, if that's a byproduct of what we do, in which, by the way, it is, Nitsan, we're seeing guys, right? Dudes in the page, I'm like, shit, these guys are getting ripped. They're getting ripped. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. So it takes as long as it takes. So that's the same answer I gave for how often should someone switch their program. Whenever necessary. How long is it going to take? However long it takes. There's no real answer. If someone says 8 weeks, it's a guesstimate. And it's, I know what I can personally do in my body in 30 days. But if I put you on the exact same program, I don't know if it's going to affect you the same way it did me. Even if there's 1,000 other testimonials, all I know is you're going to become healthier along the way. What that's going to look like, I cannot tell you.
Right. Let's talk quickly about supplementation, right? Because, you got GNCs, you got all these different people pushing pills and vitamins and things of that nature, right? How do you know what's right for you? How do you know what's right out there? What's good and so forth. Because I'll tell you, I bought your supplements and I'm taking it, right? And it's 5 days on, 2 days off, right? And this is my 3rd week on it. And while I'm doing the CrossFit as well, and I feel a difference in my workout. I'm not as winded as I used to be. I'm not as blown out as I used to be. I used to, in the middle of my workouts, I used to I used to feel all the energy would drain out and I would be sucking wind. And now I feel I can last longer in my workouts and I feel that I can lift more and run faster and whatnot. So, what you're providing is phenomenal. But for people out there that, don't know your system yet and whatnot, what could you tell them about supplements?
Well, the first thing is I wouldn't attribute your success to that supplement. As much as I would like to take credit for it, it's what you're doing. It's the fact that you're being consistent. Supplements are only providing a supplemental value. So we're providing nutrients to your body. There could be some other ancillary benefits like a lot of guys are talking about with as far as erections in the morning and things like that. That's what my supplement is meant to do, is help guys naturally boost their testosterone. And I doubt you'll find any other person out there that's doing what I do that will tell you, take 2 days off. I don't want you taking it on the weekend. And then after 8 weeks, I want you to not take it for 2 weeks. Most people are going to say, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. I'm not in this business for that reason. Right. And that's why I put it last. So to answer the question, you need to observe your life. I always tell people, get on the balcony. What are you experiencing? Are you tired? Right now, what is happening in this world because of the months that we're in is something called seasonal affective disorder, SAD. We get sad, both emotionally and the physiological response from not being in the sun. A lot of guys or a lot of people get up in the morning when it's dark. They work all day till it's dark, so they're not getting the benefit from the sun. And the sun provides vitamin D. Vitamin D is responsible for so many functions in our body that right now people could possibly benefit from more vitamin D. So if you're tired, if you're lethargic, if you're, I guess that's the same thing, if you're melancholy to a degree, you might want to look at doing something like that. And it's interesting you ask, because I did a post this morning. I work with a company called Persona Nutrition, and they customize supplements for people. I don't ever want anyone to read a magazine and go, oh, my favorite influencer takes this vitamin, and then they march off to any one of these retail stores and buy something because some person, myself included, is representing something. The reason I partnered with this Persona company is because you could call them today, sit there with a nutritionist, they will do an assessment and give you a better idea of what you should be taking because they've actually heard what you're experiencing in life. That's the best way to approach it. Too many people approach fitness in general by throwing stuff against the wall, hoping that it'll work. I tell everyone, get a blood test. Best marker in the world is your own blood. If your blood says you're vitamin D deficient, guess what you should go buy?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's great. That's fantastic. Is there...
Whoop.
Hi, Neaton will be back with us shortly. He went to press something on his computer and see, here he comes right back with us. There he is.
There we go. Not sure what happened. This is South Florida. This is South Florida, and the weather changes, and I'm looking outside, and it looks like it's storming outside, so we could have had a few minutes. So we got another 6 minutes left. So Clark, in the meantime, before, when we get close to the end, why don't you share with people how they can get in touch with you, where they can find you, things of that nature.
So our group is, if we could put a link up maybe to the group, it's, let me read it to you. So the website for the product is nanotest.co. And the link to the page that people could go join for free, men could go join for free, is going to come up here shortly as soon as I find it on my link tree. Excuse me while I...
And guys, definitely go check out the group. It is a free group. Clark doesn't ask from us anything except for commitment, discipline, right? And just to show up, right? Show up and just be there, right? And it's amazing how I've already made friends with so many of these guys that I met just through the group.
Yeah.
Right. And what's awesome is that, Clark, you ask us to create these little huddles, right? Because we're all, it's all these guys listening to the Zoom links or the group chats and whatnot. But then he says, create these little group huddles. So I created a WhatsApp group. We got 3 guys in there, and we're just constantly talking to each other, right? We get on our own Zoom links as well. We talk to each other. We push each other. One guy's going on vacation. What are you going to eat? Make sure you stay healthy. Let's talk about it. Let's this. Another guy's like, oh, I've been too busy with life. That's all right. And it's awesome because it's also accountability. You know, a lot of what we're missing in life today is true accountability. People to hold us accountable, holding ourselves accountable. Right. Yeah. And it's phenomenal how it's just taken off. Right. It's amazing what you created.
You're only committed to what you confess is what a mentor of mine by the name of Ed Cole told me back in the 90s. A great, great man. And this is ringing true with me more now than it ever has in my life. And I've often thought about it. And I'm so grateful for his teaching in my life because that is what's causing men to really step into it. I tell them, look, if you come in here and you introduce yourself to the group in a video and say, look, my name's Clark. I'm from San Diego. I've gained a few pounds. I don't feel good. I'm struggling in my marriage. I really need help. I need support. And now you're committed to that confession of what it is that you're looking to improve in your life. And these guys surround you. And you had mentioned earlier about people leaving and disappearing in the group. I don't know if you were on the Zoom call this morning when Chili, Miles, I was like putting out an APB on Chili. I haven't seen him in the last Zoom call. Find out where he is. I had like 5 or 7 guys messaging him, and he gets on the page. He's like, "Yo, I'm here. I'm here. I was out of the country. I'm a bodyguard, so I didn't have access to the internet." And I'm like, "No, we're not letting you get away." So if you make yourself visible and known, and you become a regular participant, and you're not hiding in the shadows and being a fly on the wall and just observing like so many people do, we're hunting you down. We're finding you. That's why these small groups are so important, because when this gets to be 10,000, it's going to be impossible. And I realize this as one person to facilitate being, like so focused on people. I see you got 3 minutes left here, so I don't want to occupy if you got to do a close or whatever. I'll shut up.
No, absolutely. Share with us the group link.
So it's go to, I don't know what it is, man. It's no fun. You can find me on TikTok. Look,
you got a website? You got a website?
Yeah, nanotest.co. And then if you go to, if you type in the search bar in Facebook, Nanotest Performance System, it'll pop up and you can go in there and join. But something I watched the other day on a Netflix special, I heard Pharrell say this. He was talking to a gospel singer who gave up some things in the past. He said, "The world is coming to you." Look, the world is coming to us, Nitsan. It's happening. I need you there. I appreciate this so much, brother, giving me this platform, your platform to speak from. So, Tom, Nitsan, I'm so grateful for this opportunity, because this is how that message gets out. This is how the world continues to come. There are men out there struggling, hurting, crying out for help, that are afraid to actually cry out for help. You know who you are. You know what you're feeling inside. I would encourage you to push through whatever barriers and boundaries that are in front of you and just say, you know what? I'm going to do this. Find the damn page. It will present itself to you, and you can absolutely change your life, man.
Absolutely. Awesome. Clark, thank you so much for being here. I know you're a super busy guy. You got your family. I want to thank you so much for being here. Thank you for everything that you're doing for us. And for me personally, it's been fantastic. It's a phenomenal journey, and I'm just super excited and super stoked to see where it goes. And, like you said, man, sky's the limit. It's all there, right? It's for us to take, right? The fruits are there. We just got to go pick them, man. So thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Travelers, go out there. There it is, nanotest.co. Check him out. Go to Facebook. Check him out on TikTok. He's there. You can't miss it. It's awesome. And do me a favor, guys. When you're out there, go to YouTube. Check him out on YouTube. Check out the Traveling Investor on YouTube as well. Click, like, subscribe. Check out the videos. We got a lot of great information out there. And I'm going to leave you with a saying that one of my favorite speakers has always said, and it just rings true every day. The wind of change and the wind of opportunity blows on us all the same. It's how we set our sails that determines our destination. I'm Nitsan Mosery, the Traveling Investor. This is Tom Zames, Philosopher Extraordinaire. Clark, thank you for being on the show again. We really appreciate it. Boom! Look at those guns, baby. Oh, yeah. And we're going to leave you out with that, guys. We'll see you next week somewhere on Spaceship Earth. Peace out.
Good to meet you, Clark.
Wow, what a great show. Are you excited to learn the untold secrets of how to get wealthy? Then tune in next Thursday and every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern right here on W4CY Radio. You too can learn how to become a traveling investor. If you missed any part of this episode or want to hear it again, go to the Traveling Investor Podcast on iHeartRadio. You can listen to all past episodes on demand 24/7. Next week's episode will take us somewhere new and exciting, so don't miss it. Thank you for listening.
I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich. Oh, I wanna be rich.
Oh.